on the 40th anniversary of the little girl's disappearance. Now, Nicole Morin was just 8 years old when she went.
Imagine that this is your child. Imagine that you are part of a community that...
I have hope that she will be found, that somebody will finally come forward. There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever that somebody knows something.
It was supposed to be an ordinary summer morning in Toronto. 8-year-old Nicole Morin put on her bathing suit, packed her pool bag, and told her mom she was going to swim with a friend. Minutes later, she simply vanished. Before we dive into this chilling mystery, don't forget to subscribe to Noir Crime 88. We upload a new true crime story every second day, so hit that bell icon, and join us as we uncover some of the most haunting cases ever told. Toronto, 1985. The city was alive with summer energy, kids playing outside, families enjoying the heat, and high-rise apartment buildings buzzing with activity. For Nicole Morin, July 30th started like any other day. She was bright, playful, full of life. That morning, she was excited about going swimming with a friend in her apartment's pool. But what happened after she walked out of her apartment door has haunted her family, police, and Canadians for nearly 4 decades. Nicole was never seen again. This isn't just the story of a missing child, it's the story of a city desperate for answers, a family forever broken, and one of Canada's most enduring mysteries. Nicole Morin was 8 years old, the only child of her parents, Art and Jeanette. She lived with her mother in a 12th-floor apartment at 627 The West Mall, a large residential complex in Etobicoke, Toronto. Nicole was described as a sweet, happy little girl with a love for swimming, cartoons, and spending time with friends. She was friendly but cautious, and her mother often reminded her to be careful when walking around the apartment building. That summer, Nicole's life was like that of any child, school was out, and every day was filled with play. She had been especially looking forward to swimming in the pool that morning. No one knew that July 30th, 1985, would be the day her life, and the lives of everyone who knew her, would change forever. The day began like any other. Nicole ate breakfast with her mom, chatted about her plans, and then excitedly got ready for the pool. She slipped into a turquoise swimsuit, packed her towel, and tucked it neatly into her small pool bag. At around 11 a.m., Nicole's friend, another little girl from the same complex, buzzed her apartment from the lobby. The two had arranged to meet at the elevator before heading to the pool together. Nicole told her mother she was leaving, picked up her bag, and stepped into the hallway of the 12th floor. Jeanette, her mom, watched her daughter go. It was the last time she ever saw her. Downstairs, Nicole's friend waited near the elevator. Minutes passed. The elevator doors opened and closed, but Nicole never appeared. After a while, the little girl gave up, thinking maybe Nicole had changed her mind. She walked to the pool alone, expecting Nicole would catch up later. But Nicole never came. When Jeanette noticed time slipping by and Nicole not returning, a wave of unease hit her. She checked the pool. No sign of her daughter. She asked neighbors, the friend, anyone nearby, but no one had seen Nicole. Panic grew. Something wasn't right. Nicole had disappeared between the safety of her apartment door and the short walk to the elevator. In the span of a few minutes, she had vanished into thin air. When Jeanette realized Nicole was missing, fear quickly turned into full-blown panic. She searched the hallways, the stairwells, even knocked on neighbors' doors. Nothing. By midday, Toronto police were called in. And almost immediately, officers knew this wasn't just a case of a child wandering off. Nicole had vanished in one of the busiest apartment complexes in Etobicoke, hundreds of units, multiple towers, endless hallways. If she had gotten lost, someone would have seen her. But no one had. The search begins. Police launched one of the largest manhunts in Canadian history at the time. Over 240 officers were mobilized. K-9 units scoured every corner. Helicopters circled the area from above. Divers checked nearby waterways. Every apartment in the complex was searched, top to bottom. Storage rooms, garages, stairwells, rooftops, every inch of the property was combed through. And yet, there was no trace of Nicole. Not a single clue. Word spread quickly through the neighborhood and across the city. Hundreds of volunteers poured in to help. Parents who had never even met Nicole joined the search, holding flashlights, knocking on doors, calling her name through the hallways. But Nicole was gone. No clothing left behind, no pool bag, no signs of a struggle. It was as if she had simply evaporated. Police were forced to consider grim possibilities. Had Nicole been abducted by a stranger who slipped into the building unnoticed? Did someone who lived in the complex lure her into an apartment? Or, could she have willingly followed someone she trusted? With no witnesses and no evidence, every theory was a possibility, and every minute that passed made finding her less likely. The sheer size of the apartment complex made the investigation a nightmare. Hundreds of families lived there, and people came and went constantly. There were no security cameras in 1985, no controlled entry systems, anyone could slip in unnoticed. For detectives, that meant the list of possible suspects was enormous. Some residents claimed they saw a little girl in the lobby around the time Nicole disappeared. Others thought they spotted her near the elevators. But none of these accounts could be confirmed. And the strangest part? No one reported hearing a scream. No neighbors recalled a commotion in the hallway. There was no noise, no chaos, just silence. If Nicole had been taken, it must have happened quickly and quietly, by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. Investigators considered the possibility of a neighbor. Someone who lived in the building, someone Nicole might have trusted enough to follow. Another theory suggested a stranger had been lurking, waiting for the right opportunity. A predator who seized the moment in those brief minutes when Nicole stepped out alone. But without cameras, fingerprints, or witnesses, every theory remained just that, a theory. As days turned into weeks, fear gripped the entire city. Parents refused to let their children out of sight. Elevators and stairwells, once harmless, now seemed like dangerous traps. For Jeanette and Art, Nicole's parents, the weight of suspicion was unbearable. Though police never named them as suspects, in cases like this, parents are always looked at closely. Both were cooperative and desperate to find their daughter, but the unspoken cloud of doubt lingered. Every lead fizzled out. Every door knocked led nowhere. Nicole's trail was colder than ice. For Nicole's parents, the days after her disappearance were agonizing. Jeanette, her mother, replayed the moment over and over, the image of Nicole stepping out of the apartment with her pool bag, smiling and excited. That snapshot became both her last memory and her greatest torment. It was as if Nicole had been swallowed by the building itself. Eventually, the media attention faded. The crowds of volunteers went home. And for the Morin family, the nightmare of silence began. Why did no one see her taken? How could a child vanish in broad daylight in a crowded building? And most haunting of all, where was Nicole now? Though there was no dramatic arrest, no shocking confession, no hidden remains discovered years later. Nicole simply never came home. Her mother, Jeanette, carried the weight of that loss for the rest of her life. She passed away in 2007, never knowing what became of her daughter. Her father, Art, continued to hope, clinging to the idea that someday, someone, somewhere, might speak up. Even as years stretched into decades, he kept Nicole's memory alive, refusing to let her fade from public consciousness. The Toronto police never officially closed the file. Nicole's case has remained open for nearly 4 decades, one of the city's longest-running mysteries. In 2014, nearly 30 years after her disappearance, police released an age-progressed photo showing what Nicole might look like as an adult. The move reignited public interest, but no major breakthroughs followed. For the Morin family, the absence of answers was its own kind of torment. There was no place to grieve, no certainty to hold on to. Nicole remained not only missing but suspended in time, forever 8 years old in the eyes of the world. Nicole's disappearance didn't just scar her family, it left a mark on all of Canada. Nicole's case forced parents, schools, and communities to confront an unsettling truth: children could vanish in an instant. Safety programs began to take shape. Parents started teaching their kids about stranger danger. Apartment complexes and public buildings slowly adopted stronger security measures, surveillance cameras, controlled access, and tighter monitoring. Her case also highlighted the urgent need for better systems to track and respond to missing children. Nicole's name was often mentioned in discussions that eventually led to improvements in police training, search coordination, and later, tools like Amber Alerts. Nicole Morin became more than just another missing person, she became a symbol of every child who never made it home. Picture it one last time: an 8-year-old girl, excited for a swim, stepping into the hallway with her towel and pool bag. In the space of just a few minutes, she was gone. No screams, no clues, no trace. The disappearance of Nicole Morin remains one of Canada's most haunting mysteries. For nearly 4 decades, her story has lingered, casting a shadow over the city that loved her. Cases like Nicole's remind us how quickly life can change, how silence can weigh heavier than answers, and how hope can be both a comfort and a curse. If Nicole's story moved you, help keep her memory alive. Share this video so more people learn about her case. And don't forget, subscribe to Noir Crime 88. We upload a new true crime story every second day, bringing you the mysteries that continue to shock and terrify the world.